Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So how many of you are working two, three jobs and you can just barely make ends meet? It's like the more you work, the more bills you have. I mean, you have rent, you have car note, you have, for some of you, mortgages, utilities, food, and all, the necessities that you need on a month to month basis. Please tell me why now it just seems like it gets harder and harder. Like the more you work, the more you're just seems as if you're just going backwards. And the money is just not enough. So I'm gonna tell you, there was a time in my life um, when I was working two jobs, a full-time job and a part-time job. And it appeared that the more that I work, the more I couldn't catch up, even with 40 hours on one job and 30 hours, 25 hours on the other job. And I just could not make it working two jobs. It was the hardest thing in the world for me. And I know with the way that inflation is today, it's got to be really, really hard than it's ever been before. And there was a time when I had to do that. I had to work those two jobs to at least try and make it with all the bills that I had. And when you have things like that going on in your life, you miss out on events, and I mean special events with your family, with your friends, and you can't get that time back. That's one thing that if you sit down and you think about it, and you're just constantly working so that you can survive, but overall, you're missing out on the good times, the enjoyment with your family. You spend all those hours at work, hoping to succeed or even get ahead. And that's why I hated my jobs so much. You work and work and work and you don't get ahead. And it just really made me just want to just give up. And I'm telling you, for those of you who are working, like you are working yourself straight to the bones. I mean, you just working hard. And it just seems like the more you work, the more you get behind. Because things are different now compared to the things when it's many years ago. So much has happened. But when you work and you're around certain people whom seems to, you know, get ahead no matter what they do, they can just skip out on work. They get ahead. They can, just sit around and do nothing, because I've seen it at the jobs that I worked. They sat around, they did nothing, and they would get ahead and they would get raises. And I used to tell myself, what am I doing wrong? What is it that I'm doing that they're not doing? Well, there wasn't, they literally, certain people could just get away. If you're in good with the boss or whatever, and that boss really like you, you know what that means. That means you can do anything you want to do and get away with it. And you come and just show up, or even if you don't show up, but if you're in good with the boss and they really like you, you can get away with anything. All I know is both of my jobs was customer service, and I hated them both because there was so much favoritism going on. And I regret it because I spent so much time working and not getting ahead that I wasn't there when I really needed to be there. or more so, I should have been there. But I'm going to tell you, if you're working your 9 to 5 grind, or whatever job you're working, you better make doggone sure that you like that job in order to maintain and stay on that job, because it is not worth it staying on a job that you do not like and you see so much favoritism, and the more you work, the more the other person get promoted. Don't stay on that job, because I know I did. And I know I can't come back from the past, but I can always do something about the future, the present, which is now. So everyone, you're working at 9 to 5 and you're thinking, oh, everything is fabulous. Everything is just lovely. I know I'm going to get my raise. You're expecting maybe cost of living raise and or whatever, or bonuses or whatever. And then you look, it's waved around to the other person who's not doing nothing. Don't stay on that job. Because I know I did. I guess in a way it kind of seemed as if I was desperate to have a job. And at that time, I didn't have a degree, which, things are different. I kind of let a lot of things slide just so that I could provide for my family. And if I knew then what I know now, I would not have stayed. But when you work and you're working, a job just so you can say, hey, I'm getting a paycheck every week, and you look at that after they take out all of these, FICA takes everything, Uncle Sam, he gets whatever, and your check looks like, little to nothing. Don't stay at that job. You don't have to. You can always find a job that's going to pay you what you're worth. And I'm a firm believer of that. Find you a job that's going to pay you what you're worth, because you're worth it. You are. You're worth it. And, the jobs nowadays, they still do the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. Different story, same old game. Nothing has changed. You work and you work your fingers to the bones just to try to get what you need or get what your family need, and just to make it. It's hard. But we have, an obligation to ourselves to change. We have an obligation to ourselves to do better and to make more money. Because, like I said, a lot of them will not pay you what you're worth, especially if you're that color. They will not pay you what you're worth. Now, and then there are a lot of people who can come and you're just a different skin tone, and even though you don't have no degree, no, just nothing, they'll give you a higher raise. How do I know this? I've seen it time after time after time after time. That's when it's time for anyone. And I'm talking, if you ever experience anything like this, it's time for you to start your own business. It's nothing like starting a business and you're working and you got multiple streams of income. So that's 2 and 3 jobs right there. You work on yourself. Yourself is far more important than working for somebody else who don't give a flip about you. So it's important to know who you are it's important to know that you're worth something. You know yourself. Anybody who wants something out of life, you can better yourself. You don't have to stay in that same position doing the same old thing and not be appreciated on the job. Because, baby, we can all get paid out here. I know times have changed. It really has. And a lot of people are doing, you know, making streams of income from YouTube, as we speak, or different platforms. You know, everybody's is into trying to do something just so they can survive out here in this world. You know, it's not that hard. All you have to do is just apply yourself. So for those of you who are out here grinding your 9 to 5 and you're just working and you're working and you're working, there are other forms and ways of making money. And I'm telling you, start a YouTube channel. Start you a social media platform. If you're on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, whatever, start today. There are so many different ways of making money, and none of us should be broke. But the typical working just to, you know, the 9 to 5, I don't knock it. If that's you, then that's okay. I don't have nothing against that, and I'm not gonna knock anybody. And if that's the best that you can do, then, you know, so be it. However, let me tell you, there are just so many different ways of making income out here nowadays. It ain't even funny. It ain't even funny. All you got to do is pick up your phone and tell a little bit about your life. The people want to hear it. They want to know what's going on in your life. How do you make it? How do you survive? The way that you survive. And how do you do it? It's just that simple. Now, me, I've been on YouTube since June 7th of this year, okay? And I am doing all that I can to, you know, to be successful. I pray that I will be successful. And I don't knock anybody. All I know is about me. And I think that as for me to continue to post my content and to be more out there and to get the people to hear what I got to say, I hope this video right here will, you know, enlighten them and they could just get something out of this video. I really do. Like, we all have obligation to our families to provide and to take care of them and to do something with our lives. Because we don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So my thing is, if you're a content creator and you want to be successful, as we all do, you know, let's start posting more content, more long form content, and just do what we can do to be successful. But when it comes down to a 9 to 5 job or working every single day, now my husband, he works long hours, but that's what he loves. He enjoy, you know, being around people and traveling and doing what he does. That's my husband. As far as me, I'm a little of the introvert. I kind of like to kind of, keep to myself and um, stay a little bit on a, on the side and the quiet life. That's what I enjoy, and we get along just fine. He enjoy, being around people, but when he's home, he's home. He just like to be with family and just enjoy. So we're compatible, especially when we're home. But however, any of you who's out there and you want to succeed in what you're doing, I would tell anyone, and I'm not going to tell you to quit your job. That's a no-no. I'm not saying that. Never quit your job. But however, start your YouTube channel. You never know how things are going to go or where God is going to lead you to go with that channel and how he may bless you. And that's for anyone who is out there and, you're trying to be successful and doing a social media platform thing. Go for it. I'll tell anyone, just go for it. Let people know what's going on in your life, a day in your life, and just go from there. A lot of people they vlog, they they travel, they're cooking, they're just doing a little bit of everything just to say, hey, this is my life. This is what I do. And I would like for you to come on my channel and check out me and my family. So I hope you guys got something valuable out of this this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, and share. It really, really helps my channel out a lot. So for you guys, be blessed and bye-bye.